Honestly, the mornings really determine which way my day is going to go productivity-wise. Typically when I wake up, I go straight for my phone, which I think most people do, but this video is all about kicking bad habits to make working at home the most productive it can be. One of the things I've honestly been struggling with the most during this quarantine is actually getting dressed. It is so easy for me to just stay in sweats the entire day for days on end, which I've honestly been doing most days, but it just makes me feel like a blob, like not even a real person. So I've been trying my hardest to actually get fully ready every day, and I would recommend wearing something cute but comfy, which surprisingly for me is a dress. It's really easy to put together because it's just one piece of clothing. It looks really cute, and it's just about the loosest, flowiest thing you could wear. Next, I try to go for a walk in the morning. This may sound really silly, but before quarantine, I would always walk to work or my classes, and it would definitely force me to wake up for the day. So even if I literally just walk around the block, I don't know, I feel like more purposeful, even though I'm just going back to my own home office. Then no matter what day it is, but especially if it's a Monday, I try to start my day by outlining what I need to get done this week and also make an hourly schedule for my day. I feel like people get kind of intimidated by hourly schedules. I know when I first started doing them, I would get really mad at myself if I didn't accomplish everything on my schedule and really stick to it. But it took me a while to realize how long different tasks actually take, and also to add breaks into my schedule. That would make me a lot more efficient when I was actually working because I knew I had a break to look forward to. The first thing on my to-do list is to work on some homework. I'm really bad at working in bed. It's just such a bad idea for me. There's so many distractions. Now, call me a philosopher, or maybe I'm just crazy, but I have this theory that your brain associates places like your bed, for example, with napping and Netflix. So you're just setting yourself up to fail when you try and work there because you're literally like blueprint programmed to like have fun in this spot. But if you work somewhere completely new, like your desk, because I never actually used to sit at mine, or outside, or your floor, like literally anywhere that's like not typical for you, then you'll start to associate this new spot with being productive. And to even further reinforce this, I would make this a no fun zone. Okay, that really felt childish to say, like I'm like grounding my son, but literally I would put my phone on my bed, so if I wanted to check it, I would have to actually get up from my desk and get in bed to look at it, and normally 9 times out of 10, I would think that that was not worth the effort and would just get back to work and not fall into the distraction. Okay, now for actual time management, I have 2 kind of methods for this. The first is an actual real method called the Pomodoro technique. It's basically where you work for a short period of time. I'm going to do 25 minutes, and then you break for a short period, like 5 minutes, and you do this on repeat for a little while, and then you get to a big long break of 30 minutes to an hour. And I really love this because whenever I take breaks, I often feel guilty for not working, but with this method, when you actually get to your big break, you've really earned it. I'm also using this desktop app called Zonebox to do this. It's really simple. It's basically just a timer app, but it's great because then I don't use my phone's timer app and end up getting distracted on my phone. My second time management method works best for really big projects. Like if I know I want to spend like 6 hours editing today, what I'll do is set a timer for 6 hours or however long I think it'll take me to do my task. And then I pause the timer every time I'm not working. And that's every time, whether you're eating a snack, taking a break, or even going to the bathroom. And this gives you a really good idea of how many hours of the day you're actually being productive. And the other great thing about this is that when you're done, you're done. So if you finish your timer at 3 p.m., then you can chill the rest of the day. But if it's like 12 p.m. when you finish because you weren't very productive, then sorry. But you can't go to sleep until your timer runs out. Now for online classes, I am really the worst about trying to multitask, aka just doing my own thing and not really listening to the Zoom lecture. So today I decided to sit outside and also turn my camera on, which is my biggest tip for staying focused in classes. It sounds so simple, but if I know people are potentially looking at me on Zoom, then I won't goof off because it obviously look bad. This is probably one of the only times I'd say societal pressures are actually doing a good thing. Now you've made it to break time, yay! There is nothing wrong with going full on break mode, but since we were talking about productivity, you know I couldn't resist talking about productive breaks. If you've seen my Not Procrastinating for a Week video, then you've heard me talk about this before. You can listen to a podcast and clean your room, or watch YouTube while journaling. You get the picture. And lastly, I would recommend sticking as much as possible to your pre-quarantine routine. If you used to go to the gym every morning, you could replace it with a walk, or replace going to Starbucks with the drive-thru, hanging out with your friends with FaceTiming them. This not only helps keep some semblance of normalcy in these really weird times, but I feel like I get the most unproductive when I just sit in one place the entire day. So doing this will help break up your day. Even if you can't follow your pre-quarantine routine that well, just rotating through different work locations like I talked about will make a big difference in helping you stay focused and working efficiently. I gotta be completely honest, I literally just finished filming this video. In quarantine, I just felt so unmotivated, like literally the least motivated of my life, and I feel like there's been so much pressure to like be productive and like get work done, but the more I hear that, the less I want to work. I was really conflicted putting this out because although I want to help people be more productive, at the same time I haven't even been following my own advice. I don't want to be unauthentic and seem like I'm perfect and productive and I have all this beautiful footage of me waking up in bed with makeup on and getting to work, and that's just not true and not how it's been and not a reality at all over here in this apartment. So there's this really great quote. I'm totally gonna butcher it, so I definitely need to look it up. It's not even a quote, it's like a whole law. Wow. Okay, Parkinson's law says, "Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion." And I don't know how I came across this quote, or I guess entire law recently, but I have never read anything more accurate in my entire life. In the past, I would always have plans with friends in the evening, class during the day, so there would be like a good few hours in the afternoon that would be like my working hours. And I would never cancel on class, I would never cancel on plans with friends, so when I had free time I would work because that was the only time I had to work. And I feel like the problem is now in quarantine, we have so much space to fill. I feel like when I wake up, I feel so aimless. Like I can do my work at 8 a.m. or 2 p.m. It doesn't really matter because I'm not leaving my bedroom. I sound really cynical. I promise I'm not this cynical. So I guess the point of me sitting down and talking to you guys is to say, if you have been unproductive, don't watch this video and feel bad about yourself, because me too. And also, sometimes it's okay to be unproductive. Not to get all deep, but I feel like I made this video for myself, you know? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk and for sticking around. I'm gonna resume the rest of the video now. That's actually the end of the video, but make sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.